What's going on, guys? This is Sal from the GameExperts. Welcome to another episode of GameExperts TV. So on today's episode, we're going to be showcasing a really rare item from Nintendo. It wasn't a wide stream release. It's pretty rare. It's probably, it is the only one I've seen. I haven't seen many content on this item. We did showcase this on our Facebook page when we got it, but I thought we would go in depth and show you guys it properly on our YouTube channel as well. It is the NES hands-free controller. So I know you're probably thinking, what is that, a controller? It looks like a half a robot. Shh. Pretty much this is called, the hands-free controller. It was made by Nintendo for people who were unable to use a standard NES hand controller. So it's pretty much made for like paraplegics or people with neck injuries. It wasn't a mainstream release, so this wasn't released on, the wider market. It was pretty much, for you to get this controller, you'd have to call Nintendo and request it from them and just tell them about your situation. And I'm fairly sure they wouldn't even sell this, or they'd sell it at cost, which is pretty cool from Nintendo. I actually did not know about this until we actually picked this up from a rehab facility, which they still use this item to this day, not really for gaming, but more for neck rehabilitation. So they use this in the process of, trying to move your neck and stuff like that, which is really, really interesting. It went from just being a standard, controller for a paraplegic to an actual rehabilitation device, which is really, really awesome. And, to think Nintendo didn't really have to make this. Like, they could have they still would have sold millions of units regardless if they had this controller or not. There's not many of them out there. Really, really proud to have this piece here in store. But I'll show you guys it in depth. There's some really cool contraptions and some additions with this controller. But yeah, we'll have a better look at it. So check this out, guys, the NES hands-free controller. Such an awesome contraption. There's some different levers and stuff like that which you can use, but pretty much the main functions were, so you'd attach a rod to the top here, which you would use to with your neck to move it up, down, left and right. It'll be used as start, select A and B, which is pretty cool. And then you'd also have a straw which connects through here, which also acts as another function for the controller. We've got them here along with the instruction manual, so I'll pull them out and we'll have a better look at them. So inside this package, you've got the hands-free controller instruction manual, the straw, and there's a steel rod in here as well. So with the rod, you can get different attachments. So this was pretty much used to, so you use it with your neck. So you can get like a neck brace, which sits around here, and then you can just move it with your neck up and down, but you can still use this as well. So this pretty much sits up on here, and you screw that in, and as you can see, you can move it up, down, left and right. So on the back there, you've got some straps, so this goes over your neck, and this is supposed to strap into, like, you're supposed to hold it down onto your chest. So I'll show you guys how it's done. So with the strap, you just put it over your neck, and then it's supposed to sit on your chest like so, and then you just adjust this for it to sit just under your neck. And then, so as I was saying, there's a different attachment where this has actually got a cup, so your neck sits perfectly into it. But this is just so you can still use this. So pretty much how it would be is you'd use it to move your chin down, and then up, left and right, which is really, really cool. And it acts as the different functions in the game. And then you've also got the straw. So there's supposed to be some tubing in here. And then that goes around the back. So just over there, you can see the port for the straw. And then this comes out and sits just like that. So again, it's another sort of function which you can use in the game as well, instead of this, or as an addition to this, which is really, really cool. As I was saying, it really gives gamers who are unable to use their hands an opportunity to play the awesome games made by Nintendo. It's a really, really altruistic thing for them to make this sort of controller. As I said, they would have sold millions of consoles regardless, but yeah, for them to make something like this, it's really, really cool and a very nice ethical thing for Nintendo to do. But we'll have a look at the instruction manual and we'll go from there. So I'll briefly go through the manual and see what is inside. So pretty much you've just got the table of contents, the NES seal, some more instruction on how to set it up. So again, some before use assemblies, how to straighten up the tubing and how to get it all set up in the, you know, how to set up the tubing on the bottom as well, which is pretty cool. So I'll briefly read out this, you know, how the actual hands-free works. So the HFC simulates all of the buttons functions found on the standard NES controller by a combination of two methods. So the first is with a sip and a puff through the tube, so through that, you know, straw. By sipping or puffing, you can activate the A, B, select and start buttons. A slight amount of sipping or puffing will activate the A and B, and by sipping or puffing harder, the select and start are activated. So that's one method you can use, which is through the straw. And then the other one, as we were saying with this metal rod, is you put that on the top. So the HFC to simulate the standard controller is with a chin control joystick, as so. The joystick is mounted on the end of an adjustable arm, which can be set into many different positions. It works the same way as a regular joystick or control pad. So yeah, as we showed you, so if you move it up, it's, you know, start and then bottom select and then left A and then right B, or somewhat like that, which is really, really cool. So there's two different ways to use it, just depending on what sort of condition you know, you have. So if you can't really move your mouth, then you can use the rod, or if you can't move your neck a lot, then you can use the straw, which is pretty cool. Then there's some other screenshots and you know, controls of operation and stuff like that. So it pretty much connects as well by just a standard NES controller port, which is awesome. So as I was saying, this was only available if you called the Nintendo Customer Service Hotline. It wasn't available on the wider market. So yeah, really cool to have. And yeah, that's the instruction manual for you.
Esta senta así por lugar y...
Alrighty guys, so there it was, our NES HFC hands-free controller showcase for you guys today. Let us know what you think. Have you ever seen this controller either in the wild to purchase or any content online? As I was saying, prior to us getting this, I've never heard about this controller before, and I was really shocked to see that Nintendo actually had a controller like this for the NES or any other Nintendo system. It really is a cool contraption, and as I was saying, really cool for Nintendo to make this for, you know, another sort of customer base who can't really use the standard hand controller. Really awesome by them. So this item is actually probably one of the only items that is not going to be for sale. It was given to us as a gift from a rehab center around here for us to showcase to everybody. So we've actually got this item in the glass counter at our store at 944 High Street in Reservoir for everybody to come down and sort of appreciate. Yeah, I don't think we'll be selling this item anytime soon. I don't think it'll be right to just, you know, flog it off to another collector. I think this is a piece that everybody has to come in and appreciate. So yeah, we'll be having it in the store for many years to come, hopefully, and for everybody to come down and appreciate. But yeah, that's our showcase of the HFC controller for you guys. Don't forget to chuck us a like and a subscribe and share this along with a mate. I'm sure they've probably never heard of this controller, so they'd really appreciate you showing them it. And yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.